Ready? Happy Friday. I'm so hot. I have no air conditioning in this room, and so you can tell I'm just it's humid. It's hot. So I'm going to do this quickly. Like, it's so hot my glasses are foggy. Okay. So, first we're going to talk about the listening test next week. It is going to be very similar to your listening test, your last listening test, the ones I just gave you marks for. Oh, by the way, you saw my note probably on the announcements. Please, everybody, just relax. I know it's stressful getting all your marks, and like, there's a thing that level 8 students do where they think if every single mark is not above 80, they are going to fail and they are never going to go to Fanshawe and all their dreams are ruined forever. That is not true. Listening tests are traditionally quite difficult, and usually how it works is like students get lower marks on their listening tests and higher marks on their presentations, and they get something in the middle. So if you get a 78%, please don't email me being like, why did I get a bad mark? You did not get a bad mark. You got an excellent mark. In fact, any mark over 70 is an excellent mark. So if you get 62%, then you can email me. But 78%, everybody, you did a great job. Most of you killed this test. It was amazing. So you know what? Just move on. Also, you can't see the answers. Sorry. I mean, this is part of online learning. Okay, so next listening test next week. 45 marks. It's on Wednesday, June 24th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So it is open in that time. If you have had technical problems in the past, I'm looking at you, Muna. Please start it at 10 a.m. And if it does not work, then contact somebody at the school between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. in the IT department so they can help you take your test. Okay. It is 120 minutes maximum. So even if you start at 4, you have to do it. It will take 120 minutes. Please, everybody, remember to use Chrome as your browser on your computer. It's the one that FOL likes the most. So, I mean, like I said, it's going to be very, very similar to your last listening test. A couple videos, some audio, mostly multiple choice questions, some true false questions, maybe a couple writing questions, maybe not. So, super similar. You will need to know vocab from level 7. Sorry, not level 7, unit 7, sorry. Vocabulary from unit 7, which we're going to do in a minute. So that's really the best way you can study. Also, maybe there will be some questions that will ask you to like compare or contrast some of the videos to the Build a School in the Cloud video that we watched on page 134. So it might be worth to study for this test. I think the best thing to do is to study your vocabulary and watch this video again, just so it's nice and fresh. Maybe have some notes about the video in front of you during the test. And that's my suggestion. That's all you really need to know. You know, at this point, you guys, you're doing so great. You've come so far. Your listening and speaking and writing abilities have improved so much that these tests in this last week are just like confirmation that you guys are awesome. So don't stress too much. And yeah, so remember, on Wednesday, June 24th, I'm going to double check to make sure I open the correct test this time. Okay, I'm going to pause, and when I come back, it will be vocabulary time. Ooh, what am I doing? Here we go. See you in a minute. Hi, I'm back. Okay,
Let's do some vocabulary from page 136, 137. So hopefully you did this vocabulary already, and this is just going to be like a review for you. As I go through each one, I'm going to tell you the answer to the multiple choice on page 136, 137. Oh, I'm so hot. Okay. Identical. This is a word we use. It's an adjective when two things are exactly the same. So we use this sometimes with twins. We say that they are identical twins, meaning when they are born, they look the same, they act the same, they look exactly the same. So, yeah, that is identical. And so the answer for number 1 is A. Exactly the same. Okay, robust is a little bit difficult. The economy in this part of the country is robust. Most people have jobs. Robust usually means strong and healthy. So we can use it to talk about things like a person. Like if they are a robust person, they're like strong and they eat good food and like they're super healthy. But in this case, we're talking about the economy. So the economy being robust is the same. It's like financially healthy. Everybody has jobs. Like there's lots of like market movement. Yeah. Strong and healthy. Okay. So the answer for number 2 is, in this case, the answer is C. Working effectively. Though I don't think that's a great definition, but that's just me. I like mine better. I think I'm more correct. Okay. Obsolete. We probably looked at other words like this in the past vocabulary. This is a word that is used mostly for technology. And it just means that technology is out of date. So remember that word. So, you know, all my friends here who have iPhones, iPhones are designed to become obsolete. So they are designed so after like 2 years, the batteries stop working, like you can't update them anymore. So it's like dead technology. So obsolete is basically out of date, dead, or useless technology. And that means the answer for 3 is A, not useful anymore. Okay. Standards. So number 4, all public schools must meet the performance standards established by the local government. For example, all students must learn to read by the end of 3rd grade. So standards are like when you create like a level that everyone must achieve in order for something to function. Everybody has personal standards. So we talk about this when we talk about dating, where it's like, I have standards, so I will only date someone who has money and who has a good job and who has a great car. Or I'll only date someone who is kind and who is giving and who loves me for who I am. That means you've set like a level and you will not go under that level. Someone must meet that level. Let's see what the definition they used for. So a building that has been inspected and found to be safe. Okay. Books and other materials required for learning. No. Something against which skills or ideas are measured. And it's going to be C. Oops, sorry. C for standards. Yeah. Okay. Hypothesis.
This is a scientific word. Open your mouth. Hypothesis. And you can see this like stretching happening right here. Thesis. Hypothesis. Now, you might be familiar with this word, thesis, because this is the same word that you get from thesis statement. And when you make a thesis statement, you are basically saying, this is something I think is true. So a thesis statement might be, cars should be banned in all major cities. That is your thesis. A hypothesis is basically a thesis that has been tested. Yeah, okay. So, you have experiment, this is number 5. Experiment, strong opinion, or working theory, and I am going to go with C. It is a working theory. So it is a theory you have, and you are going to test the theory. So when we watched the School in the Cloud video, he had a hypothesis, and his hypothesis was students, no matter who they are, if you give them a computer, they will learn information. But then he had to test it. So he had to bring his computer to one area and then bring it to a different area and then a different area. And he continued to test and test and test his thesis. So it became a hypothesis. So yeah, the answer is C. Okay, I'm going to pause and set up my board for the next half of the vocabulary.